Hello, I'm here to talk with you today about setting up the digital BCC. So I got a little bit of pre-work in here, so you're going to have a SharePoint site that hosts all the files you plan on showing in your digital BCC. Go ahead, send them over to me, Brian Artfield. I got to do some configuration power apps so your data can flow in. So that's kind of like a little bit of pre-work from there. And then next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to this app. So I got a quick link, go.ford.com/VEPC digital BCC. Got it right here. So you can click onto it and go. So once you click on that, you end up at a screen like this one where it has the plants in here. Then there's a little secret button down here that you can click to come over and set a configuration up. So I'm going to actually do a drop down, do a test one in here. We'll select screen one. Ideally, you do these in order 1, 2, 3. So go ahead, we'll hit add configuration. We'll get some loading up at the front, up at the top. New configuration successfully submitted. And there is a little bit of error proofing in here. So if I go ahead and do, let's say, STP, I try to add a configuration, they already have one. Hey, I get a little error in there. Other thing I wanted to show is the test one. So this is the main Power Apps landing screen. So I pulled up test in here, which I just created the configuration for. So there was no BCC button here now. I'm going to refresh this. Now it's going to pull in and says, hey, now I have some records there. So the BCC screen automatically shows up that you can click into. You can look at your screen one, and then you can get back to the main page that we had over here. So let's go ahead. We'll go back and we'll do this example on STP. So we'll pull this up. So once that configuration is set up, it's gonna generate, you can go through and do multiple screens in there. I already did that. I have 3 screens in here. So you can click into each one of these and edit a couple things. So one, you can change the heading on here. I just got this as test 1-4. Let's give this a that color. And this turn on to, this is only important when you're on the -4 screens. If you leave it as no, it's going to make it so you only have 3 tiles. So I'm going to leave this one 1-4 as a no. I hit OK, and I'll go down to 2-4 for later on in the example. And again, I'll change the color on this one. I'll change this to a yes. So you go through, but those are the main things to be able to change. You can change, put whatever heading you want in there, change between these colors, and then on the -4 metrics, you can change it from having 3 tiles on it to 4 tiles on it. So the next thing we're going to want to go and do is we can take a look at the digital display app. So that's go.ford.com/VEPCBCC. So go ahead, I already got that queued up over here. So you pull it up, it'll bring you to here, and you select a plant screen here. So again, I'm going to do STP as an example, screen number 1. We'll hit submit in there. It'll load it up in here. These are the tiles that I initially had come in. So by default, you're not going to have any drop downs in here. And part of what you need to do on your SharePoint is you're going to have to go through and go to whatever file you're interested in and rename the title of that to be something very specific. So not to be confused with the name of the file. So I'm going to click over to this example SharePoint. So if we come over here and I click this first file, I'm going to come over, I'm going to hit this little ... hit properties. I'm going to come in here and change this to kind of my key is BCC, like Business Control Center, S for screen, 1 for the first screen, -1. So that's saying BCC screen 1 tile 1. So I'm going to go ahead and click off, and that should save it. And X out of this. And now if we come back here, you see I didn't have a drop down over here. I hit this refresh button in here. Now I magically have this drop down in here. So that's how you go through and get these things to populate in the right areas. So I'm going to go ahead and reload this page and go into screen, second screen. Hit the refresh. So again, I'm going to do STP. I'm going to do screen 2. And that's where we turn that visibility on for this 4th metric over here. So now you can see that the screen has actually resized itself to be 4 different boxes up in here. So that's kind of a general overview, how you do the configuration, a little bit of pre-work, the different settings you can adjust, and how you go through and add the different drop downs in there. You can have as many drop downs as you want. If it gets long enough, you might have to scroll up and down. The other thing is I got a couple buttons down here. So we got this swap red green button. So you see right now around quality it says green, so that's supposed to be like, hey, we're winning. I can hit this swap red green button. It changes it to red. So now I'd say, hey, we're losing. I'm gonna go ahead and change that back. You got little indicators at the top saying what's happening. This update comment, you can come in here and type different things, whatever you want in here. If I hit update comment, it's going to keep all that. So for example, if I delete all this out and I just refresh this page without saving it, whatever the previous comment was is just going to continue to be back in there because we didn't save it. So I'll have to go through and delete this and hit the update for it to be there. So that's a general overview. Hope you enjoy it.